in a significant subcontinent Australian community, and I attend so many events. And I was going to these events and I was seeing all these women in the most glorious saris, and I was completely fascinated by them, the colours and the material and the way they were draped. And that's when my love of saris began. And so I had my first sari, and from then on it's just been sari and sari and sari.
I really think it's wonderful that we have so many people now wearing saris in Australia. I certainly think the sari has a really important place in multicultural Australia, and as the Indian community here continues to grow, as they become more and more settled into Australia, I've actually noticed how many Anglo-Australians are wearing saris when they go to Indian weddings, and everybody's coming to appreciate really how very, very beautiful they are. Hi Emie, how are you?
Good.
Thank you. Oh, that's so lovely of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No worries at all. Thank you so much for coming for the Sari chat.
That's okay.
We are so happy to be here for the Sari chat, aren't we, Julia?
Yes.
As always,
One of our
wonderful
favourite topics.
Sari. Oh, yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Mine's
very
a
much.
Kanchipuram.
Yours a Kanchipuram?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I bought it when I was, actually I bought this when I was in Kanchipuram.
Yeah, and I've always seen you wearing black saris as well, so it's,
I have quite a few black saris, but I like those just really striking colours, and that's why, you know, you don't often see me in a pastel pink, but you will see me in a hot pink. Yeah, sort of
totally.
bang colours.
Yeah, it goes with your character.
I don't know if that's a good thing. Thank you, Emie.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, that's great. And how about yours? It's a beautiful green.
Yeah, it is. I really loved the peacocks. I love that it's got silver and gold through it.
Yep.
And I do have a bit of a soft spot for a green sari.
She does. She wears a lot of green saris.
But I loved the shot silk too, the green and blue shot silk in the blouse.
Yeah, it is like a double coloured kind of combination, right?
Yeah.
Sari is.
And Julia's got the long sleeves, which I usually wear as well. The long sleeves are just beautiful. I think.
So tell us, how many saris are there in your collection? I'm ready to get shot.
Well, can I say,
Surprise.
Julia and I have a little bit of a competitive spirit. So I have, I think, about 83 now. How
Wow.
many do you have?
I probably have about 50. I'm well behind you, Jodi.
I think you are, because you're buying more and more lately. Every time I see Julia, she's got a new sari on.
Not quite. This is certainly not new.
And we'll go to work, so we'll be at an event together, and she'll say to me, she'll bring up the sari, she's like, I just bought this sari. Oh, okay. And I'll say, oh, that's fantastic. Or what we found as well, Emie, is when we go to events, we find ourselves looking and saying, oh, look at her sari. Look at the pallu on
Yes,
that.
and I've never seen one like that. I have to get one just like that.
Yeah, I
And then
should
she
ask you one question. Do you guys have Sari envy?
Yes!
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Probably sometimes when we're supposed to be paying attention to what's going on, but we find ourselves sort of going,
Where do you source these saris from? You said that you source some of them from Australia, but apart from that, do you travel anywhere to get that, or you?
yeah, so for me, like as I said, this one I got when I'd been in Tamil Nadu, because I wanted a Kanchipuram sari from Kanchipuram, and I bought quite a few while I was there. I also get them as gifts, so whether I'm in India or Sri Lanka, I had some when I was in Bangladesh, and they're usually given as to you as an MP, but I also have a lot that my really good friends bring me back as well, which is lovely, and they're very, very special. And of course I buy some here too, so they're kind of from everywhere, but every sari has a story.
Oh, excellent! That's a beautiful part, right?
Yeah.
When the garment that you wear has got a story,
Yeah.
it's beautiful, right? Yeah. So
That's
it's
what I
an
love about
eclectic
the
mix.
sari.
Is that the same with you as well?
Yes, I've bought quite a few here, but many overseas. I've bought a number of them when I've travelled to India or Sri Lanka, and of course had some as gifts. But yes, I've also bought them online, and there's a lot of good shops around Harris Park and Pendle Hill, which are just fantastic. And
So
I can't go in without coming out with a sari.
Oh, that's great. How do you decide on what to buy? Like, have you got any sari advisors amongst part of your staff or something like that? Like,
No. I think a sari is very much about your personal taste. Like as I said, mine, Julius and I wear a lot of black, and I do. Mine are really strong colours. The design. I also make sure that I've got. So I have 2 shelves in my wardrobe, which is it's my system of filing, because I wear them to events all the time. Like today, I've got 4 events that I have to go to. 4 sari events.
Yep. Okay.
But what I do is the top shelf is saris that I've worn recently. So every time I wear a sari, it goes on the top shelf, and the bottom shelf is saris that I haven't worn within the last 12 months to 18 months.
Oh, okay.
And so then I take one from that when I've worn it. It goes back up on the top shelf. So they're not in order of colour, and I think it's always amazing how women store their saris as well. So I've got a friend, and they're always in order of colour. Mine aren't. They're in order of when they've been worn.
So I thought I'd show you a few of my saris. This one here is a Kerala sari. I have maybe 3 or 4 Kerala saris, but this one in particular is really special. So it's got this lambani work on it, which is just stunning. And it's by the tribal women of Telangana. And I wear this to Onam celebrations. And I always get the most amazing compliments with this sari, because the women just know the amount of work that has gone into this one. This one here, this is my Durga sari, and what I love about this, let me show you, because I go to the Sri Durga Devi temple a lot, and so it has her face all over it, and it's just so beautiful. So this one here, let me show you. Oh, there we go, this is the palu. So I just love it. I love the colours, I love the block prints, and it's just beautiful. And of course it's kalamkari as well, and it's block print, but it's also the pen work as well. So this is one of my favourite saris, and it's a great summer sari as well. And I wouldn't usually treat my saris like that, but this is Kanchivaram. Now I love going to Indian weddings. This is one of my favourite wedding saris, and I love it because it combines pink and red, and you don't often see pink and red together, but it's just glorious. These saris are so divine. So the last time I wore this was a wedding in Rajamundry, and it's a really special sari, this. And the wonderful thing about this sari is because I wear it to weddings, I have, the most, I just had these really special thoughts about who I spoke to, and the joy of the wedding, and the whole family celebration. So this one always gives me great joy. And not all my saris are hand woven or have special stories attached to the way they're made or where they come from. This one here, so I'm a bit of a black person. I like really striking colours, so red and black and blues, and all primary colours. So this one just looks great on the stage when I'm speaking, and it's not a special material or anything, and some of my saris, they don't cost a lot. They're just saris that make me feel like I'm the Member of Parliament, proud to represent the subcontinent Australian community. So these are just a few of many saris that I own.
Do you ever wear saris twice in a year?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I've probably worn this one 6 times because it's my favourite one.
Okay. Lovely.
Yeah, my system is very different. I have a big chest of drawers, and there's evening saris are all together, linen saris are all together, cotton saris all together, silk saris all together, like the Kachapuram ones all together amongst that, and then separately the silk cotton mix.
That's impressive.
So mine's very much classified by fabric.
Mine's by wear.
Okay, that's very interesting that you've got. Mine's not at all.
So over a number of years, I've built up a big collection of saris. You could possibly say I have a sari addiction. And this is some of my favourites. I love this red one because I love raw silk. And I actually bought this with Jodi. So that's another reason why I like it, because it reminds me of Jodi. But it is a really beautiful raw silk sari, and I've always loved raw silk, so I really like that. That is my favourite red sari. This is a very new sari. This is a kalamkari one with, of course, the beautiful goddess images and a fantastic peacock palu, which is here. I really like peacocks, so that's one of the reasons I like this palu. But the colours are incredible. They work so well together, and it's just beautiful. And the work that goes into this, into the ink work and then filling in the colours, it's just incredible, and I really, really like it. It's very bold and very beautiful. In 2009, when I first went to India, I visited the tribal areas of Gujarat and saw all that beautiful embroidery they do with the mirror work. And I bought some of it back, and I'd had it in my cupboard wanting to do something with it for ages. And the woman who makes my blouses made it into this beautiful blouse piece, and the purple that goes with a lot of my saris. But it's just really incredible, the work that has gone into that embroidery. They are my little selection of my favourite saris. I like them all for very different reasons, for people I associate them with, for the colours or the work that's gone into them. But they are all very special.
That actually brings us to the next question. Who helps you drape them? Can you drape them on your own?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow, that's such a confident yes from both of you.
Yeah, it wasn't always that way, though.
Any mishaps to share?
Oh yeah, so
Yes.
let me tell you. So yes, do you want to go mishaps first? You go mishaps.
Yes, so mine is a very bad mishap that happened last year. I have a sari that is woven in such a way that it's double-sided.
Mm-hmm.
I put it on inside out. So it was over
I
my
remember
right
that.
shoulder instead of the left. And when I realised that everybody was dressed in opposite ways than me, then I went racing backstage, and I got help to get changed very, very quickly. But
I did
the
that
ladies
early
who
on
helped
as
me were
well.
really surprised that
It's
it
on the
was
wrong shoulder.
exactly double-sided, and you really
Yeah.
couldn't tell which side was which.
Yeah.
But yes, it was
Yeah.
completely inside out.
Yeah, but was it like a reversible sari that you could still manage?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's
It was
great.
just over the wrong shoulder.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Okay, that's
So
really
I've had a time where I was on stage and I felt the pin pop
Mm-hmm.
and stick straight into my stomach, and I'm talking and I could just feel the pin. I was like, oh my goodness, that is not pleasant. And I think, just sometimes, you don't pleat them the right way, and it's much easier obviously if you've just got the palu like I have today, but in summer I prefer the pleat, the over the shoulder
Mm.
fair
pleat.
enough.
Definitely.
Yeah, when you pleat it up and pin it, it's easy to manage.
But can I say that the fact that we do them ourselves is whether they're not pleated properly or not, I think the women just love the fact that we give it a go, and that's what's part of
Yeah.
I know,
you know,
that
kind of
making the
special.
effort. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
really special. Yeah,
I have a
absolutely.
small number that are pre-stitched with the pleats in, so they're a lot faster to put on. But it's only 2.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Mm.
All right. Yeah. Okay, so moving to something more serious than that, it's amazing to have some light chats. But then, have you ever heard of Sari diplomacy?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think for me, wearing a sari, it's very much about that connection that you make with your community. So it is important for me that as a Member of Parliament, that I am with my community and being a part of my community, and that is very much about the connection that you make, and I think that's important for us as MPs as well. So it's something that I just love wearing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, they're very beautiful, and we even get handwritten notes on our invitations now. Please wear a sari.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So people
sometimes I
do
think they're
really
asking the
appreciate
sari
it.
before they ask me.
Okay. Of course it would be.
So yeah,
given
they're
that the
really
saris are so
appreciated,
beautiful. Yeah.
and they are really beautiful. It's a
Absolutely.
wonderful opportunity to be able to wear something so nice as work
anytime.
clothes.
Yeah, anytime. So have you ever heard of people random people saying that you wear saris for votes? Is that something that you regularly hear or hear at least once in a while?
Sorry for
Votes?
Oh, for votes? No, I've never heard that.
Yeah.
No, not at all. I think that you know, for me, I'm very sensitive about making sure that that's not the case. It's just being part of your community. I mean, when you turn up to a community event and every single woman in the room is wearing a sari, it's just the right thing to do, to wear a sari and be respectful. And that's what it's about. It's about being part of the community and respectful, and I think people appreciate it. Yeah.
I've heard one or two people say it, but they weren't from the subcontinent.
Oh, okay.
They were
Australian
all,
community.
yeah.
And how did you feel about it when you heard that?
Well, really irritated. I mean, I love my saris. If I only wore them for votes, I'd only have 4 or 5.
Yeah, that's true.
I love them. They're beautiful. I love having the opportunity to wear them, and I really like engaging with the community. And frankly, I had saris before I was a Member of Parliament. And this is the first sari I ever had made up with the blouse. The first time I wore it to an official function was after I'd spoken to my friends from the BAPS Mandir in Rose Hill about how wonderful they always look wearing their saris and whether it would be appropriate for me to wear a sari. They were very encouraging, and since it's blue, they asked me to wear it to Lord Krishna's birthday. So that was the first official function when I was a councillor on Parramatta City Council where I ever wore a sari to a function as an official engagement. It's really beautiful, and it has this lovely gold thread through it, all through the palu and all through the main part of the sari.
Yeah. Well, I think I said to Julie the other day, though, I think we're always learning about saris, though. You know, we learn about the different types of saris. We learn about the amount of work that would go into a sari.
Okay.
But I think when you wear, particularly a hand-woven sari, it's really important to understand that this is indeed hand-woven, and that it's not, you know, it's not stitched or like a suit that I wear where it's kind of, you know, come off a manufacturing, out of a manufacturing place. They're really special things to wear.
Absolutely.
My mother used to own a fabric shop when I was growing up, and so the whole place was filled with colour and different styles of fabric. And so I think that part of what I get the sense of when I see a sari and see a whole lot of saris together is it takes me back to my childhood as well.
Oh, that's so lovely. That's so lovely to hear. You know, how important is cultural appropriate dressing for you in a multicultural community like Australia, multicultural country like Australia?
It's really important, and you have to be very sensitive to it. So I wouldn't feel right wearing something that carried some deep religious significance for somebody who is not of my faith, or I'm not of their faith. I don't think that is appropriate. It's also not appropriate to wear things where you don't understand and appreciate where it comes from. So when people wear, you know, North American Indian headdresses to music festivals, you know, that causes great offence. But when we wear saris, which are everyday clothes for Indian women and incredibly beautiful and take a bit of effort to put on, it's really well appreciated. It doesn't insult people, but it might be different if we wore something that was, you know, part of a religious ceremony without any context.
I think when we're in a multicultural community, though, and Australia is really multicultural, and I represent one of the most significant, as does Julia, significant multicultural communities. You know, wearing something like this is just what we do. Okay. And you know, it's something I feel very, very strongly about, and I will always do it. And as Julia said, we wouldn't have so many saris if we didn't genuinely love it and personally want to do it.
Yeah. Is there a movement and, you know, campaigns like multicultural is not a costume kind of thing? Which is where I was actually asking that question from. That's where it was coming from.
Yeah, look, this is not a costume.
No.
I don't see this as a costume. I see this as a way of dressing. You know, it's not, I would never ever refer to it as a costume. I love them too much to see that. I'm still who I am in this.
Perfect. Yep.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Alrighty, so we've got a beautiful spread of saris here. Let's see how many of these you can identify. Okay, yes, okay, ready? You ready? Alright, let's go. Okay, how about this beautiful blue one? What do you think? It's So this is more like a pattern.
Yeah, it's a beautiful pattern. It's very much like patterns here, or the tribal patterns you see printed on homes and travelers.
Isn't it? Like circles and
And yeah, it is. It's got a real African.
Yeah.
So what is it?
it is called Warli art, Warli, which is actually from Maharashtra.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, the state of Maharashtra in India.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? And now about this royal blue sari.
Rajasthani.
Yeah,
So stunning. Rajasthani, yeah, of course. It spells Rajasthan, right? So colourful, the
Yeah.
It's just so
Fancy.
familiar. You know, this is very familiar to all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I so often see it in a window.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah. Love this sari. And then this orange one for a change from the green and blue.
This is one that you would wear, Julia.
Probably.
Colour.
because
You
it's
would
orange.
love this colour.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you've got this beautiful temple work here.
Yeah, it is actually called a temple pattern itself, and it's very popular with the traditional kind of saris, especially Kanchipuram and all sorts of silk saris. They use that a lot. The temple border.
Yeah,
that's
it's
beautiful. Yeah.
There we go. We got
Well picked. Yes. Yeah. And how about this
Oh,
one?
I have no
No, I'm not
idea.
This beautiful work. It's called chicken curry work, but it's not CHICKEN. It's slightly different. CHIKAN. Chicken curry.
It's really beautiful. You can tell that there's a lot of work in that.
There is.
Yeah, gosh. It's amazing to think how much time has been put into this.
Amazing.
And keeping them all consistent.
Yes. Now let's go for a mix of colours. It's very light and airy kind of stuff. Oh, you can get the feel of silk from it. Yeah. Can you guess what? Tussar. Yeah, that's right. So you know it.
Well, I yes, sort of. I knew it was something with Tussar.
Yeah, that's right.
It's beautiful. This whole, the blocks of colour.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much like raw silk.
It is. It is very much. It's very light and airy as well, so it's a good summer sari to
That's
wear.
really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, now for something rich.
Oh,
look at you!
Julia.
Banarasi one, you know it already. Yeah, it is. And how beautiful is this colour? This hot pink colour.
This is also another one for you. This is the colours that Julia wears.
Yeah, I do. We're pink and orange together.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
Alrighty, let's go from there to something much more simple, but much beautiful as well.
This is really beautiful. I can see you in this.
Yeah, I do it.
It's the olive green. So this is a handloom sari. It's called Mangalgiri. It's from Andhra Pradesh, Mangalgiri.
Yes.
And the kind of fall it would have and feel that it creates on skin is amazing.
No, that is just mine. I really like that.
Parlous.
It's the parlor. I always, when I kind of unfold a sari, I always, the first thing I do is go for the parlor.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
That's
Yeah,
right.
because the parlor
You're
is
so
for me-
drawn into it.
The parlor for me, whether you place it or drape, just let it drape, the parlor is the key.
That's very nice. And so now to this pattern once again. Look at this orange. What is this pattern? Any guesses? This is down silk.
But is it like, does it have a special name for the applique work of putting?
No, that's interesting you said that, kalamkari, because it is not very usual for kalamkari to be done on silk. They do it on cotton and then they applique work it onto silk saris.
Right, so it's appliqued on.
Yeah, so basically it does not.
Oh, it is because you can't see it here.
No, you can't. Yeah. So the thing is that the vegetable dyes that they use on kalamkari will not stick onto silk.
Yeah.
Ah.
That's beautiful.
Something, the last one.
Oh, I know that, Kerala.
Oh, okay.
Kerala.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I just think, the Kerala saris are so simple. Yet when you see all the women, particularly on it, it's just the most glorious thing. All of them in that same Kerala sari look. I have quite a few Kerala saris.
Yeah, and this is the real hand-woven one as well. It's like right from the weaver, so that's original.
So right.
Yes.
Yeah, I do too.
Alrighty.
See, this is where Julia and I now.
Okay, now I feel we have to go shopping.
But autumn's coming up. much for going through all these.
Oh, no,
and
it's
I can
really
see that
lovely.
you could identify almost 90% of these. How nice is that? Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Emie.
All right, now it's Saree trivia time.
Mm.
Okay. Alrighty, just a few questions to see how much you know about sarees. Yes?
Yes.
Game on?
Get one.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad we're here together. Can I say phone a friend and then hand over?
Let's try that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I won't ask it individually. I'll just throw
Ask
it
it
and you
together.
can pick,
Okay.
pick,
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
whoever
That's good.
wishes can pick it. What is the normal length of a saree?
5 yards plus the blouse.
That is right.
Yeah.
5 to 9 yards. That's a pretty good one. Yeah. What is your favorite color for a saree and why?
Well, mine is black and or red, because they're really startling colours, and I don't like pastel colours, so black or red.
Okay. Yep.
Mine is yellow because yellow is my favourite colour, but I also really like green.
Yep. Okay.
Orange looks great on you
Yeah,
too.
I like
Yeah.
orange too.
Yeah.
So
Yellow's definitely my
the
favourite.
green saree that you've worn 6 times this year. Alrighty, this is probably the most difficult question of all. Who are the New South Wales parliamentarians that drape and carry the sarees best?
So Julia and Jodi. Michelle Rowland does it very well.
Yeah.
Julie Owens.
Yes, she does too.
I think there's the only 4 of us that wear a
Yeah,
sari.
but Scott Morrison's wife wears a sari very well.
Mm-hmm.
She's not a parliamentarian, but she does look amazing in a sari.
Does any of your sarees evoke any particular sentiment in you and why?
Yes, I look a sentiment. It's hard to say. So I feel really passionate when I wear them. I feel very feminine, and I feel like I'm the member of parliament because you walk into an event and people know that you're there and wearing a sari out of respect for them. So it's that's what is evoked.
Sometimes if it's a sari that I've bought overseas or it's been a gift, obviously that brings back a lot of really fond memories.
Yeah.
But in terms of actually while you're wearing them at an event, I think you do feel quite strong and powerful but very feminine all at the same time. And obviously people really appreciate them, and you do get a lot of compliments because it does look a bit different, and they are just all incredibly beautiful.
I'm very impressed that you use the word strong and powerful and feminine, because I think that these are the 3 words that saris are associated with traditionally as well, like as feminine wears, very strong, powerful, as well as at the same time feminine. Now, you have to answer this question right to me, okay? You can't skip this question. Do you like North Indian or South Indian saris better?
South.
Yeah. I wear mostly South Indian.
Okay.
I mean, once wore a South Indian sari to a North Indian event, and then went, that's not a good idea. But I
So
do
you
like the
understand
sparkles and
fair enough.
I like the. I mean, they're almost for me celebratory saris. So yes, I know the difference, and I've got maybe 10 North Indian saris.
Yes,
Mm.
okay. You've answered that very diplomatically. Thank you. Okay, have you ever heard about Saree Twitter hashtag?
No.
No.
Okay, so it's interesting. It doesn't happen on Facebook or Instagram or any other social media handles, but in Twitter they have this hashtag, and people from India as well as all around the world, they wear sari and tag themselves on. It's called Saree Twitter itself, and then they compliment each other. So just
Really?
something as a
Something to do.
suggestion.
Oh, okay.
I'm not the biggest user of Twitter, but maybe I'll have a look at it.
I know, well, you'll stalk it so you can work out what Saree you're going to buy there. I know what you'll do. You'll use it as an online shopping guide.
Yes.
True, yeah. And being real passionate ambassadors of Saree, I'm sure that you'll do great in the hashtag.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Alrighty, and then can you guess, just make a guess, okay? How many people are employed in the saree weaving industry in India? Just make a guess. It's a few millions.
I'd say maybe 6 million.
Close. Have you got any
10,
guesses?
20?
Oh, that's good. 10, yeah. Actually, it's 11 million.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, it actually came out of a report by Textile Ministry in India in 2016. So it's 11
million.
Amazing.
It is.
That
That's
is.
so extraordinary. But I think it's also important not to see them as just 11 million because it's really important to know, like, I think that's what's important is when you wear a hand-woven saree, someone has put a lot of love and care into that saree.
I know this from going to an event with you last week.
Okay.
What is it?
It's a kalamkari saree.
Kalamkari.
Yeah, with all the painting and adding the different colours. I was
Okay.
amazed though, 23 is a lot of steps.
Yeah,
It
that's
is.
extraordinary.
It is. It is amazing.
But it comes back to the whole, effort that goes into
Yeah.
the saree.
Absolutely. Yeah. Alrighty, so as the last question of the trivia segment, last question is a very simple and easy one. How many different drapes do you think there are for the sarees?
Maybe more than 50?
Actually, they say there are more than 100.
Wow.
Yeah, how amazing is that?
Yeah.
I wonder if anyone knows how to do them all.
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if anyone would be, so we're going to test you here.
But it's not only, is it? It just makes me think because when we think of sarees, I mean, I only really wear mine either as a drape over my arm or pleated. But we talk about the different fabrics and the different designs, but it is also the drape.
Yeah, the way it folds, sometimes you can actually show the pallu in the front.
Yeah.
And so it gives the saree a totally different
It
look.
does,
the way it is draped, right? Yeah, okay. So what I've got in front of you is actually 2 sheets with, ladies, like outline of ladies on it. And then if you could please try to draw and colour how the different drapes are done. Let's see how much you can do.
Okay, go Julia.
Start with the most
Standard
conventional one
Yeah,
with
okay.
shoulder
And
pleats.
see, she's gone for orange.
Yes,
That's her favourite colour.
Orange blouse.
There was
Should
not
we
even
put
a
a border?
doubt, right? There was not even a speck
we'll
of
get a
doubt.
border
Straight
when
away
we get
pick
there.
the orange one from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I'll get a little bit out this side. And
Oh, you've gone for an orange blouse.
Yeah, that's her
Yeah.
favourite colour. Orange and yellow.
Look at that, yeah.
She's gone straight for what I would have gone for the black or the red.
I might make it an interesting, like, two-tone saree. So that's
Yeah.